Protesters gathered outside a state prison in Florence, Arizona on Wednesday as officials carried out the state's first execution since 2014. Clarence Wayne Dixon was convicted of killing a university student more than 4 decades ago. He was found guilty of fatally stabbing and strangling Deanna Bodoin in 1978. Prison officials say he was put to death by lethal injection on Wednesday morning. Those present at the vigil, organized by the Death Penalty Alternatives for Arizona, were opposed not only to the death penalty, but also the way Dixon's case was handled.
He was mentally ill. The state knew it. They released him anyway. And they should bear part of the blame for why he's here today. My daughter was murdered in 2004. But unless we as victims can learn to forgive those who commit these terrible actions, we won't move on.
In his last words, Dixon maintained his innocence and criticized a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that allowed his execution to proceed. That's according to the deputy director of the state's Department of Corrections. The top court had ruled the execution of mentally disabled people to be unconstitutional, but on Wednesday it rejected a request from Dixon's lawyers to halt the execution on grounds of insanity. Legal and ethical questions continue to swirl in the U.S. around capital punishment. The last person Arizona executed was Joseph Wood in 2014, when it took nearly 2 hours for a 2-drug cocktail injection to take effect. Kat Jutras led Wednesday's vigil.
The state has a very bad track record of being able to complete executions successfully without there being problems. The last execution was botched. It's very well documented that it was botched. Something that was scheduled for 15 minutes taking almost 2 hours is not acceptable. I can't imagine the type of pain Mr. Wood had to experience during that 2-hour time. Was justice served?